Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Grief Process Day 3. So the question that we see on the screen today is, why do people don't understand? When somebody's grieving, it's kind of difficult for those who've never experienced this to completely understand what this feels like or how to really understand what this looks like. And you may have conversations with folks talking about, oh, you'll be fine, stay strong, you'll get over it, this and that and third. And a lot of times people don't really just get over anything or really stop thinking about it. Yes, you can keep your mind occupied. Yes, you can keep your mind preoccupied with stuff, but you're going to feel it. I'm going to be very transparent. You are going to feel every ounce of the pain and anger and frustration that you're feeling. When you having that emotional train wreck, there's nothing nobody can say. You just have to go through it and just go through it, push through it, and get through it. It is nothing easy or kind about it. You really have to get through this grief process. You really do. They tell you to go exercise and do that. But at the end of the day, when you done did everything to keep your mind occupied, something in the back of your mind will trigger it. Something you may see on TV, a song, the wind, a favorite movie, something going to trigger your grief to call you to have a very humongous cry, boiling up in a fetal position. And why people don't understand that, because they are not in your shoes, and you can never be in anybody's shoes, to be honest, when it comes to grief, until you walk in your own shoes to understand what it feels like. We can explain to folks who've never experienced it, and they have some type of sympathy, but if you don't clearly understand that grief is a 365 day a year plus 366 leap year motion, you can never understand what they're going through, because anniversaries, birthdays, holidays, you name it, all those things start to resonate in them each and every year. Each month goes by, each week goes by. This is why being in a support group is very beneficiary. And most people say, Remarkable, I'm not big at dealing with support groups or counseling. I want to ride this out. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to tell you from experience. For me, I've had so much grief in my life that I didn't want to go seek counseling, or I didn't want to deal with grief. I kind of just swept it under the rug. But now I'm 37 years old and I am taking counseling. I am seeking grief counseling. I'm getting the help that I need. And I'm encouraging my kids to do that for themselves. I'm an advocate, and I recommend counseling for so many different reasons. To help you understand this process, to help you get a better understand on what you should do to cope with this. You hear what I said? Cope with this. This is an ongoing battle. You're going to be grieving for the rest of your life. Let's just put it out there in the atmosphere. You're going to be grieving. And you need support in those trying times. And when you have support groups, and you have people that you talk to who is in your support group, and you connect with them, they may be having a real rough day. And the problem of the matter is, you have to know to be a listening ear and be there just to embrace them and to enjoy them. And I'm not enjoying them. Be there just to hear, even if they're talking about the same thing over and over again, just be there, because you could be in their shoes months and years down the line having that same conversation about someone you have lost. So you have to be mindful, you have to be tenderhearted, and you definitely have to have compassion. Grief is an ongoing battle. So the magic question for today, everybody, is why do people don't understand? It's because they're not in that scenario, and they have not experienced that type of trauma in their life. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and show this video real quick, and I am off the platform. So this one's going to be good, everybody. You know how I do it.
Get up! Get up! Get up, get up, get up, get up! Get up! Yes, it hurts, but Jesus is the mender of broken hearts. Yes, it's confusing, but Jesus makes the crooked places straight. Yes, a lot of time has gone by, but Jesus is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Stop your weeping, stop your mourning, get out of your feelings. Jesus is here and he's calling you. You gotta put your trust in his hand and get up from that situation. Get up from that moment. Get up lifeless. But there is one who has conquered death, hell, and the grave. And though he has delayed his coming for a season, he is now here. He just called your name to get up. Cast down the spirit of the zombie. I ran over to the dictionary to look up zombie, and something quickened in my spirit. When I read the definition is a person given the semblance of life, but mute and willless. Talking to some people who have simply been functioning like a robot from day to day, with a memorized routine giving off the semblance of life. But if you be honest, that last blow left you in willless. That last failure, that last mistake, that last rejection left you for dead. We cast down imagination. Every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bring into captivity every thought to the disobedience of Christ. Can I submit to you today that the greater the problem, the greater the miracle. I said the greater the problem, the greater the miracle. The miracle that Jesus performed for Lazarus was the greatest miracle he had ever performed. It was something the world had never seen. Can I submit to you today? God's delay could be his divine setup for you to do something for and through you that the world has never seen. Do I have any faith walkers? Let me take a sidebar right here and encourage you to get rid of the people around you who are glorying in your weeping. Stop trying to make excuses for it. Stop trying to see it a different way. It is what it is. Holy Spirit has shown you several times. And I can trust you to carry me when I'm weeping and I don't need you. That in order to get the miracle, there are some things that you've got to do. The first thing you got to do today is get out of the dark. I went through a season where I struggled with rejection and depression. One thing I learned about the enemy is that in order to keep you bound, he tries to keep away from the light, keep you in the dark. What is light? The word of God. Positive influences, words of knowledge, words of wisdom. We have to remove that hard wall that we placed over our heart. We have to remove that hate. For some of us, the first thing we need to do is remove that hate. We gotta remove that fear. We gotta get rid of all those stones that are preventing the light of God entering our situation. Psalms 119, your word is a lamp for my feet and a light to my path. Can I submit to you today that before you can live again, you got to choose to remove the stone. I came with the spirit of a mother on me today, and I'm commanding you to get out of that grave. You don't belong there. There's way too much left for you to do. You are not finished. The way is not complete. Get your behind out of that grave. Your story is not over. Get out of that grave. Get out of that grave. Get out of that grave. You become a product of your environment. Hanging out in the dark, surrounded by dead people. Get out of that grave. Jesus is on the scene now, and it's about to do his greatest work in your life. I need you to get out of that grave. Get out of that grave. It's not your time yet. You're not through. You are not done. I said, get out of that grave. That is not your place. That's not where you're supposed to be right now. Somebody said, get out of that grave. Most times you can tell who a person is by what they wear. My point is that there is a direct correlation between who you are and what you wear. That's why I got confused. I get confused with the girls who are naked all over pages, but get offended when someone comments a sexual comment. Oh, I'm sorry. I was misled by your uniform. Police wear what they wear so you can recognize them if you're in trouble. Nurses wear what they wear so you can recognize them if you're sick. What are your clothes telling people you do? In the scripture, Lazarus had gotten from the grave, but he was still wearing the clothes that was symbolic of where he had been. Get out of those grave clothes. Get out of those. If we be honest, some of us have been out of the grave for a while, but we never took off the clothes. Some of us have been oppressed. Zombie spirit, but we break its hold today. The Bible says that there was linen around his hands and his feet, and a cloth was wrapped around his mouth. Can I tell you today is the last day that you will walk in that toe. It's over for me mentality. You are no longer being tired. Tuesday. Singing in the choir, leading worship on the worship team. Greeting at the door, but still wearing grave clothes. Grave clothes that are designed and purpose to mute your praise. You want to lift your hands, but it feels like there's where you down. You want to leap and dance, but it feels like there's weights on you down. You want to shout, but it feels like you on your praise. Not after today. Tell you that one Jesus will set you free forever. Get out of those grave clothes. And open up your mouth and shout with us that you are alive. And he's got to give you back your stuff. If we be honest, some people in the same way. You've been thinking for Jesus. I told you it was going to fall apart. Jesus, I pray for you to intervene. I ask you to catch you. I declare that every parent-child relationship that's been dead, we command you to get up and live. Every business idea that failed, we command you to get up and live. Every marriage that's on the rocks, we command you to get up and live. This is a husband right here. This is a husband right here. Because some of us tried to die when they died. Some of us chose to die when they died. We break that spirit today. Some of us got stuck where they died. Some of us got stuck where they died. And today is your resurrection. God does all things well. God does all things well. Some of y'all gotta keep doing those stones. They did it. It hurt. Nobody's denying it. They did it. It hurt. Nobody's denying it. But you gotta bring those walls down. Because those walls are preventing. God uses people to breakthrough in your life. And some of us have been turning away. God sent people because of what somebody else did to us 2 years ago. You gotta bring those stony hearts down. You gotta break it up, y'all.
All right, everybody. This video right here, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the grief process webinar, but this is concrete evidence. When you get in a dark place, all these emotions and feelings start to surface. It was talking about different scenarios about what every individual was going through, and it talks about death. When someone dies, you die with them, and you feel like you want to jump in the grave and death. But get yourself together, pull yourself out, and say, God, help me. God, deliver me. God, free me. Get out this dark place and clear it up. Suicide is so high when it comes to grief. And a lot of people don't realize that people walk around with invisible masks on, and you can't even tell how they're feeling because they don't open up. They may seem like they're fine, but in true reality, they're messed up and broken inside. This is why this webinar is going to really give you an insight about the grief process and some of the things that we don't pay attention. I took a webinar about 2 weeks ago and found out about individual or invisible mental illness. This was laid on my heart about a month or two ago to talk about the grief process. So that's what I'm doing for the next 22 days. This is day 3, so we're going to keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen, because this has to be talked about. All right, everybody, I'm getting ready to log off of this platform. I'll see you all YouTube, Anchor Podcast, 8 p.m., maybe a little earlier. All right, everybody, have an amazing day. Take care of yourself. All right.